everybody, I just want to do a quick review of the 1992 Nighthawk. I think it was actually made in 91. I bought it used. Some guy was just selling it off the side of the road. He let it sit for an entire year. I picked it up. It wasn't running when I got it. The battery was dead, wouldn't idle. The tires were completely dry rotted. I put new tires on there. The front and rear were totally dry rotted. The seams were coming apart. I got new tires on it, new battery. I swapped the spark plugs out. The carburetors surprisingly were okay. It runs just fine. Of course, whoever had it before me had to put this stupid Vance & Hines pipe on it. I have no idea why. So when you decel on it, it pops and crackles and everything because the jets in all four carburetors aren't correct for the pipe. Everybody does. I can't get over why people do that. Cool thing about these models are the valves in it are self-adjusting. You never have to take that apart to adjust the valves. They're just like a car's. This is a 4-cylinder. It's a 750, obviously carbureted. Oil and air cooled. You have a little oil cooler right here. If you're into old bikes, this is definitely pretty cool. I've never had a 4-cylinder. My grandfather used to have a Nighthawk and he got rid of it before I was old enough to drive it. I've always wanted one. They're kind of cool bikes. Got historic tags on it. It's Maryland and I think it's 20 years. I think I'm adding that up right. Yeah, I think it's, yeah. No, 15. I'm sorry. I think it's 15 in Maryland. If you have a bike that's older than 15, you can get historic tags on it. So that was easy. Just walked in, got the historic tags. The guy left it outside, so there's a little bit of rust on the top of the carb covers. I scrape most of it off with aluminum foil and water on the headers. I just love the way those headers come down. Makes the bike look very cool. I think that's about it. It's got everything works on it. All high beam, neutral, oil light. Side stand even works. It lights up when the side stand's down. Surprised me for how old it was. It all still works. I got most of the rust off with aluminum foil and water. It looks okay for how old it is. I touched up, painted it in a couple places on the gas tank. It did look like it had been dropped at least once from the signs. I can't remember where it was. Yeah, there's a scrape mark on this side. So apparently this bike had been dropped at least one time on the side. The gas tank is not dented though, unless they replaced it. I'm not sure. You could see there's little nicks. I touch-up painted it just so it wouldn't rust. I thought about redoing the bike more than this, but it seems to be okay. It's fast. It's definitely not as fast as some of the super sports they come out with now. 150 horsepower. I think this one runs about 75 horsepower, which is plenty. I can get my girlfriend on the back, and we still cruise down the highway 75, 85 miles an hour, no problem. It accelerates with authority. I think it's 0 to 60 is like 3.4 or 3.8, which is pretty quick. It'll throw you to the back of the seat, and it's nice. I like this bike a lot. Eventually, I will get back into dual sports. I just haven't been kind of enjoying street bike riding, and I had to pick this thing up. The guy wanted $2,000 for it. And I got him down to $1,400 because I was like, look, man, it's not running. I got to get a battery. I need tires. It needs spark plugs, the gas in it. Had been sitting for an entire year. I doused it up with some bikers running up and down the road here. I doused it in Startron, put all new fresh fuel in it, and just ran the old gas through it. Probably wasn't the best idea, but I did not feel like draining the fuel tank on the bike. And it was fine. I used Fuel Stable and the fuel stabilizer, Startron crap, and it's good. It's got some nice understored seat. The little keys the whole way back here. Well, I guess you guys can all see my license plate, but anything too illegal. Here's my paperwork. Little pin. It's got a little trunk there. You can get, you know, some stuff. I keep my GoPro back in here, actually. You could see the guy used to have a backrest on it since he cut some of the fenders there. And then for some reason, it was a backrest slash luggage rack, and he sawed the backrest off, which was stupid because I want to buy one now, because my girlfriend rides on the back, and this bike does have enough power that when you jump on it, the passenger has to hold on pretty good. And if I had a backrest, I feel like it could hold her on there a little bit better. Yeah, this is a cool bike if you're into old bikes. You can still find them for sale on Craigslist. And I've seen them at motorcycle shops here and there. And the only thing I love the self-adjusting, oh, that's hot. The self-adjusting valves on this. I hated bringing my bikes in for valve adjustments. I know that the performance of it probably isn't up to if you didn't have self-adjusting valves, but just the fact that I don't have to rip the whole thing apart every so many miles and have the valves checked is just awesome. Eventually, I will have to take the carburetors apart and rebuild them. I will pay someone else to do that. I'm definitely not going to do that. I think that's the only drawback to this bike, really, is I wish it was fuel injected, but it's a 90s bike. They didn't have it back then. And I do have to get the front brake fluid swapped out. I opened it up. It's like real nasty. Looks like crap. Whoever had it, kinda, you could tell, drove it for a while and then parked it, and then it sat, which is a testament to old Hondas, because this bike sat and sat and sat. And I know the guy who had it before me sat for 1 year. He said he didn't drive it, and it started right up. The bike idles. Doesn't have any glitches in the acceleration or throttle up or anything. It just runs. So, I'll tell you what, the old bikes definitely were built very well. The engine doesn't have any knocks in it. It runs like a Swiss watch. It'll go up to 100. I know it'll go up to about 100, 125 miles an hour. I could tell you, I had it about 118, and the bike starts shaking. I wouldn't want to go any faster than that. Once you get above 110, you know, get to 115, it starts getting kind of hairy on this thing, but not to say that it won't do it. I mean, the engine definitely has the power to push you up there. And I think that's about it. Whoever had it, put these aftermarket. I don't know why people do all this weird aftermarket stuff. Like, it's just so random. Like, why are the turn signals aftermarket? Why not just put the original, or keep the original ones on? They're not very bright. I mean, when I turn them on, you can barely see them flashing unless it's nighttime. I don't understand aftermarket stuff. The bikes and the engineers who put these bikes together originally knew a lot more than you did bolting aftermarket equipment onto it. Just, I've just never understood it. That's all. So that's it. That's the Nighthawk. If you have any questions or if you're interested in bikes, I'll talk to you in the comments. Thanks for watching.